Bridget Bartlett here. I am the local business marketing training and support specialist for Builderall. So today we are going to, let me silence my phone. Today we're going to continue in our training for how to create your own course funnel. Okay. So I'm not going to tell you how to create a course, because if you're going to create a course, you simply just create the outline and you create your videos or however you want to create your course. But we are talking about how to create a course funnel. And you may be surprised to know that you can actually create an entire course or course funnel using PLR products. So this is the third week we are into our training. So I go live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you miss me, you can always watch the replays in my groups or my YouTube channel. And also, on Fridays, we do live Q&A. So you can actually hop into a Zoom meeting with me. And then hopefully if you're having trouble, I can help you get unstuck, or you can just ask me whatever what you're struggling with. But the cool thing is that at the end of this training, we're not at the end of the training, because it's probably going to be a while. But what I want you to do is I want you to follow along with me. So when I show you how to do something, I really would love for you to actually do that. Start building your own funnel and build with me, because that is by far the best way to learn. Like, I didn't do this training before I ever built my first funnel, right? I had to actually build it. I had to think through the process of, okay, well, now I need a product. I need to use the checkout system. So how do I use the checkout system? How do I set this up? These are all things that can be super, super overwhelming for someone just starting with Builderall or just starting to create a course in general. So I walked you through the very first day, my own funnel. Basically, we funnel hacked me, and I showed you the next day, how to find PLR products. So we have a lead magnet, we have an ebook, and then we have a video course that we're going to build a funnel around. So if you have your own course, all you need to do is just swap out the information with your own information, right? So it's super, super cool. And if you guys didn't hear, on the 25th, the Mag 5 are doing another challenge. So we're going to be doing how to create a coaching business. There are a lot of local business owners right now who are, their business has shut down. They're looking for a way to generate more income. And there's also a lot of people who are maybe thinking of starting a business. I know that sounds crazy with Corona and all that, but people are looking for ways of, supplementing their income. If they were an employee and got laid off, I could definitely see how now is time to maybe start that business they always wanted to start. So lots of opportunities for business owners to learn how to do this, but also for agencies to learn how to do this so they can provide this service to local business owners. So lots of opportunities just learning these skills. So one of the reason that this training is so cool to follow up before our coaching challenge is because one of the best ways to position yourself as a coach is with a course. Okay, I talk about this all the time. So if you put out, a lead magnet for example, how to become a freelancer, and your lead magnet is the top 30 ideas for starting a freelance business, and then you try to upsell them from the free thing to an ebook, and then you want to sell them to your course, and then you want to present your coaching services. Okay, that's a great value ladder. And it's also just a great way to have one system where you are branding yourself, you're presenting yourself as an authority, you're giving them the opportunity to get to know you a little bit more before even having the opportunity to be coached by you. So it's really a great setup if you're interested in coaching. If not, it's not that big of a deal. You can create a course using all of the things I'm teaching you, and you could even use the PLR products and not brand yourself at all, and you could just run Google ads. So really, the sky's the limit with these skills here. Let me check the chat before I get started. So hey, Ray is a trooper. He is, you know what I love about these types of challenges is not only do I get to see you guys every day and talk to you and help you work through your struggles, but I know the ones who are taking action. And Ray shows up every single training, and I know that Ray is taking action. And there are several other of you who are building along with me, and that is so, I can't tell you how like motivating that is for me, to see you actually doing the things that I'm teaching you. That is so, I can't even tell you. That is so rewarding to me. I love it because I feel like I'm not just talking to the air, that I'm actually helping you guys. So, absolutely love that you guys are taking action. And how much easier is it to see in little snippets of how you build out this big project? But if you do it just a little bit at a time, then it's not so overwhelming and you understand it so much more. Okay. Edison says, "Hi, Bridget. Glad to be in this training." Yay, welcome, welcome. Hey, Jim. Jim is another trooper. Jim is always in the trainings. He's always taking action. I love that. Okay, guys. So today what we're going to do is we built out our whole funnel. What we're going to do is actually start designing it now. So we actually have the whole funnel and it's already a template, but we just need to customize. Okay. So one of the cool things about having a template is you don't really have to worry about choosing your branding colors and all of that. But again, if you did want to use this funnel and course and all of this to brand yourself, you certainly want to use your own branded colors and your own style and your own pictures and all of that. But for this training purpose, we're just going to use the PLR products and we're going to use their images and all of that. So we already have all of that created. So that's why it's really great to use for training. And again, the only thing that I've done in preparation for this video is what you have seen in the previous training. So definitely, if you're watching in the groups, go back and check out the unit called How to Create Your Own Course, because all of the videos are there in order so that you can watch them and follow up. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a playlist of how to create your own course funnel. So definitely, if this is the first time you're watching my training, definitely go back and watch all of that so you can get up to speed, okay? And it helps you to get a better idea of what we're actually doing here. So, hey, Cosmos, you are another one. She's always in the training too. I love seeing that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Let me pull up my page. Let me stop sharing for a second. Okay, no. Okay, cool. So you guys feel free to ask your questions. And as I go through here, I'll try to pause every now and then and see if you have any questions. So this is the funnel that we're building so far. Okay. So if I click here, this is the page we're really going to focus on. And I showed you last Thursday that we changed this button here. It was an email marketing form, and that's really standard for all of the templates. It's going to come with an email marketing form, but you could make it a magic funnel. You could make it a membership registration button, which is what we did. You can make it a contact form or the email marketing form. If you don't know the difference, you can go back into the unit section. There's plenty of training. You can also check the knowledge base as well. Lots of training on that. But as you can see, all we didn't change the design or anything, but all we did was just change this to a button to go to the registration form, because we're locking down different products. As you can see here, we've locked down 3 pages because we want to make sure that they have actually purchased or registered for the products. So we want to make sure that they do not receive them unless they have purchased or registered, right, for the free thing. So we have our lead page here, which is this page. We have our email confirmation page, which is this page here. So you can see it's already designed for us. So that is so, so cool to not have to worry about that next step. And then we have this page here. So you can see it's beautifully designed, but we want to make it our own, and we want to customize it, according to our product and all of that. So we're just going to start from the beginning. So let's go to the very first page in our funnel, and it's going to be the lead magnet page. Now we've already We've already changed the button, like I said. We can add a quote here if you want to use your own and say, one of the best decisions of my professional life. Let me just quote myself. How's this sound? So instead of being fraudulent, I'm just going to change this and I'm going to quote myself. So I'm going to say, we'll go ahead and leave me as a coach, even though, all right, sometimes this happens. And I'm not really sure why, but let me go ahead and put it here again. It's one of those things I would love to contact support about, but I can't recreate it to like show them a video. Ugh, except I may send them this video today because I just recreated it while I was recording. So let me try here. I'm going to, all right, so finally it's saved. We'll say, did I really say one of the best decisions of my professional life? I'm really grateful for this content. How about one of the best decisions of my professional life, being a coach and helping, oops, helping others is a dream come true. And I mean that. So that's nice. I love to quote myself with things that I actually mean. So hopefully, yay, it didn't happen again. I'm just going to stretch this out a little bit. We definitely want to line it up. And we'll just go ahead and move that a little bit. Now, I really, really hate this green color. But what we can do is just change it a little bit. But they use this green color throughout the whole funnel, so I really don't want to change the color that much. But we definitely need to change the register now. Okay, so let's say get your free guide now. Or we'll say get your free guide here. And let's actually change the color of this text to white. Do we like that? I don't know. Let's play around with it. Maybe we'll just leave it black. You guys let me know in the chat. Do you like it black or do you like it white? I don't know which one shows up better. And since this is where the designing part I love, it's absolutely my favorite part of creating a funnel because I feel like I get to be so creative and it can be whatever you want it to be. And that's the beauty. There's really no right or wrong here. It's just, do you like the text black? Do you like it white? It's totally up to you. So I'm going to make this about 20. It seems to be like the standard size that I like to use for text, especially on a button. So I'm going to make it about 20, and I really like to have a shadow on here. So I'm going to go ahead and add the shadow. And here is what I do with all of my buttons. I just move right a little bit here, 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 and here. Okay. I know that is so scientific. Just move right. I know. And then I like for this to actually be black. Now, sometimes, depending on the funnel that I'm using or what I'm doing, sometimes I like to move the transparency here. I'm going to move that up so you guys can see it better. The transparency in the middle. And that just, to me, it's just, once you've done this so many times, you just learn what you like the best. So I like to have it a little bit transparent just to give that that image of a shadow. I want it to be a little bit three-dimensional because I want them to be very aware that this is a button. And I know that may seem so basic to some people, but I have had people look at my funnels before I started doing this and say, oh, I didn't realize that was a button. So it is something that you should be aware of. So let me see. Looks like we have a vote for black, a vote for white, and a vote for black. All right, 2 out of 3. We're going to have to go with the black. So we're going to go ahead and keep that black, and we can say download your free digital copy today. But here's the other thing is a lot of times when people are new, they're like, okay, well, how do I, copywriting? I'm not really sure what's compelling, what's not. And I do love how the Builderall funnels always give you kind of a suggestion. So what you want to put here is how to get what you desire without the common pain. Okay, now remember, this is the course that we're creating now is how to launch your own course. Okay, so we would want to put something in here about how to launch your own course without without spending $1,000, or how to launch your own course without, fake gurus or something like that, right? These are just off the top of my head. This is why I love doing this like in real time and brainstorming with you guys, because it's one thing to know the final answer, but if you know how I got there, then it helps to make the process a little bit more clear. So you want to, when you're creating your funnel, especially this top headline here, it's really important. You want to grab their attention. The beauty of using PLR, though, is we can actually go here. Actually, I had it pinned. Here we go. So we can actually go to our PLR product, and we're going to go to the lead magnet page. Okay, so it's actually opt-in page. Okay, so if you click here, then you can see we have our lead magnet here, and we actually have a opt-in page. So I'm just going to double click and open this page up. All right, now, oh, but it opened here. Okay, so this is actually what it looks like. It doesn't display very well. It's just an index page. But the cool thing is that it does give you copywriting examples. Okay, so you could say, and our lead magnet, let's go back to the lead magnet here just to clarify. Here is what our lead magnet is actually going to be. So let's see here. It's going to be, this is going, now keep in mind, the lead magnet is the free thing, okay? So when we do our ads for social media or Google or whatever we're doing, we're actually promoting, not the course, we're promoting the lead magnet, okay? Because the funnel is going to do the promoting of the course for us. And the funnel is going to do the promoting of the ebook for us that they're going to pay for. So what we are actually promoting is the lead magnet. Okay, because that's what we want them to get. So we need to promote this to our target audience so that they can enter their email and then receive the rest of the funnel that we are trying to promote, right? So what we want to do is definitely keep this in mind. So on this opt-in page, for them to get the lead magnet, we are actually talking about this right here. So it's going to be the top 20 tools for creating an online course. What a great lead magnet to lead into Builderall, right? So I'm going to go ahead. We're just going to X out of this. I really want to go back to that page here. I want to look at the index page again. I want to kind of get some ideas. We could put that up there. Let's see, 100% free guide, receive regular tips and updates starting with this free ebook today. Simply enter your email below so we can know where to send it, and then privacy policy. So no real catchy headline, no pain points or any of that. So let's use this as a guide, and let's go back to our funnel, and let's actually say, what are some, if we're going to promote the top 20 tools for creating an online course, what would be the common pain? Okay, so the top 20 tools for creating an online course. What would be a common pain? You guys let me know in the chat here. What is a common pain that this lead magnet would solve? So this is literally how I do this. And you may even want to Google what's hard about, courses. Let's say how to create an online course without being a techie. All right. So I don't know if I love this yet. But you don't have to love it, and it's so important that I want to put this here because you don't have to love it. This is really a placeholder to get us started thinking about the path of this funnel, about our lead magnet that we're creating here. How are we going to promote it? What is going to be a pain point of creating a course? And my logic, I'm thinking, if I'm giving the top 20 tools for creating an online course, then obviously the people who are looking for tools are going to be interested in this lead magnet, which is great for promoting Builderall. But how do I address the tools part of it? Okay, so I'm thinking maybe they're afraid because they don't have any techie skills. So I'm thinking maybe this could be a pain point that our course would solve, right? So I'm just going to leave this here. We definitely come back to this. I love to build out the whole funnel and then come back and really fine tune and make sure all of our headlines really make sense and all of that. So we have how to create an online course without being a techie. Download your free digital copy today. Is this really what we want to use? What I'm going to do is now go back to our index page here. And I want to look at this and see what they use. So receive regular tips and updates starting with this free ebook today. I think I like all of this. So I'm just going to copy this here. And I'm going to go back to our funnel and I'm just going to highlight all of this and click Control V to paste. Okay, so now I have neutral text that we just need to play with here to get it how we want it to be. So I'm going to actually bring in, because I certainly don't want it to be all one text. But now that the text is here, I'm going to go ahead and bring in like an H2 title. But I personally love to use the neutral text. So the neutral texts are separate from the global text. If you want to set all of your global text, which are going to be like what I just brought in here, when you bring in a text, it's automatically defaulted to global. But I love the ability to customize all of my text. So what I like to do is double click here into the text box. I'm going to highlight, and then I'm going to move this down to neutral heading 2. Now I can change this to whatever font I like. So we'll just choose this, and I can make it any color that I like. And the cool part about this is that I can edit the size on mobile, whereas global text, you have to edit the mobile here, and then it changes all of the H2 titles throughout your whole website. Okay, so I'll show you when we go to the mobile version the difference there, but that's why I'm changing this to a neutral text. All right, so let's see, we have our title here, we have our size, so that looks good. Now what I want to do is go back to our text box here, and I'm just going to highlight this because that's what I'm going to make. I'm going to put that in this H2 box. So I'm going to click Control X to cut. I'm going to go back to this box here. I'm going to double left click, I'm going to highlight, and then click Control V to paste. Okay, so now I have all of that text in this box here and the correct size, but it is a little bit, you see there's so much space right here in between the two lines, and I definitely want to address that. I don't want it to be so far apart. So I'm going to go to the line height here, and the standard is just 1. So that's typically what I like to choose. So you can see that already looks better there. So now let me make sure that you guys have questions. Ooh, lots of good stuff going on over here. So not knowing how or where to start is a pain point. That is very true. That is true. I just wanted to, when I think of the pain point, I want to address the tools, because the guide is for tools. I really wanted to, when choosing a pain point, I want to address maybe the fear of tools. I'm thinking maybe they're looking for tools that they need. That's just kind of what I'm thinking, but there's lots of possibilities. I'm sure that you guys could definitely come up with some really good ones. Let's see. Armando says, hi, just guessing, study time to counter, value, main point, repeat, too much money. Yeah, those are definitely all pain points. Jason says, hated to be late, loving the training. Awesome. Jason, you can always watch the replay. No big deal. Jason says most people don't know what tools they need and where to find them. That is actually very true. And in reality, now that Jason said that, now I'm thinking how to create an online course with one tool. Now, how's that? Do you guys like that? How to create well, we can't do that because then it says top 20 tools for creating an online course. So let's think on that. You guys will come, you guys think on that. And then tomorrow, maybe we'll come back and address this. Let's leave this for a placeholder. And again, if you get stuck like this, oh, by all means, don't let this stop you. Okay. Just put something down and brainstorm and come back to, you may change this 900 times before you ever are happy with it. Okay. So don't let that stop you. Let's just keep moving on. Just keep trucking. Okay. So what we need now is we need, I want to definitely put these in capital letters for one. But I have this text here and I definitely want to finish this area out. So top 20 tools for creating your online course. I'm going to go back to the elements here. I'm going to choose something a little bit smaller. Let's choose the title H5. And I'm going to double left click here. Again, I want to make this neutral. So I'm going to go to neutral heading 5. And I'm going to change the font. Let's make this Lato. And we'll change the size. How about 30? So now I just want to copy this text here. I'm just going to double left click. I'm going to copy all of it. And then I'm going to click Control X and then double click in the box here. And then I'm going to highlight and do Control V. Okay, so looks like because it was a neutral text, maybe we should have just changed it here. So let's choose heading 5. Let's choose Lato. Let's change the size to 30. And definitely want to check the line height here and make it 1. So now we have our text here. Looks like a pretty big box. So I'm just going to left click one time and then I'm going to drag this box out here. So let's see what this looks like. I'm going to move this stuff down. Move the spam thing down. And maybe I want to put a line in between these. So let's just click enter. Let's see. Do I like this? I think there's too much space in between there now. So that looks good. Maybe we want to center it. Yeah, because everything else is centered on this page. So I think maybe we'll center it. All right. Oops. All right. Highlight and center. Okay. So now it's centered. I think the text should be a little bit smaller in reality. So now let's go make it 25. Okay. And again, this is why I love the designing part because it's all subjective, whatever you like. So I'm just going to click delete here because I need just a little less space. So we can just play with it here. All right. I guess that looks good. Maybe if why does the line height keep doing that? All right, we're going to change it back to 25, change the line height, and I'm going to click delete for that space there. All right, hopefully it saves. That looks good. Now I'm just going to shrink this in a little bit. Okay. So again, I think this looks okay. I'm not super happy with it, to be honest, but again, we can always fine tune this first go around. And I say first go around because I will go back to this. I don't even know. I don't even know how many times I'll go back to this because every single time I look at it, I'll think of something new. And actually looking at this, I feel like that needs to be spread out just a little bit. So again, we'll come back to this, okay? I want to definitely make this capital letters, so I'm just going to click caps locked, and let's just type this out. Create an online course without being a, without being a D. Okay, so I'm just going to stretch this out. And just as a standard rule, try to make your main heading here. Actually, I think it needs to be bigger, but try to make it 2 or 3 lines at most. If you put more lines than that, just as a standard practice, it kind of looks too much. So again, that's what I have learned. That's what I have been taught, different courses that I've taken. So it's totally up to you how you want to do it. But it's just, that's what I like. So let's see, that looks pretty good. I kind of like techie being on its own line, but again, I don't know what this is. I need to, oh, that's that box from the text. So we'll just delete that. Okay, so again, I just keep coming back to this. I'm just not really happy with it. I want to double click on here, and maybe if I change it to, I'm going to highlight and do left justify, and then maybe if I change this to left justify and just align it here, maybe that will look a bit better, and then I'll add a space here. But if I do that, I definitely need to align everything here. So again, I don't really know how I feel about it. Let's just come back to it. Okay. We'll just keep it like this because I really could go back and forth all day long and try to figure out if I like it or not. All right. Of course we want to save. We've done enough work. Let's go ahead and save. Now let's go to the mobile view, and I really get super actually, there's one more thing we need to do. We need to change this image. We can't just have this image here. So we need to left click here and go to general settings and change image. And we need to upload the image that we already had. So I'm going to go to PLR course. I'm going to go to our, let's see what I called it here. I called it training. Sorry, guys. Now where is, you guys are learning something about me. I am the worst person in the world when it comes to organizing things in my Google Drive. And I'm so thankful that apparently I think it thinks that this is extracted. So I'm just going to go ahead and extract this again. That's why it's not showing up for me to upload. So if you see, if you're like, well, I downloaded that PLR, but it's not giving me the option to upload, it's probably because it's still zipped. So if it's zipped, it can't upload a zipped file. So it may not show up on the list. Okay. So now this should be unzipped. Let me go back now to our select file and go to PLR. And we have launch your own course. Is this that was a different one. So here we go. Here's our folder, launch your own course. That was for the videos. Okay, here we go. So now we need opt-in page and images, and we want our lead magnet image. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And then I am going to left click and click save. So now you see we have our image here, but there's something very, very wrong with this image. It has a background here, okay? And I really, really hate that. So let's go to Canva. And if you guys know, I love Canva. So when I'm creating images for my website, I like them to be, if I'm choosing like a square image, I like them to be about 1,000 by 1,000 because it's big enough to not look like pixelated, but it's also small enough to not really drag down the website. So I'm going to go ahead and upload the image for our lead magnet here. So launch your online course, go back here, go to opt-in page, lead magnet, and of course it's not showing because nothing is easy when you're live. And let's see if I can do quick access, and there's my lead magnet. So I'm just going to drag it. Okay, so now it's uploading into Canva, and I'm going to left click and add it to my Canva canvas, I guess you could call this. So this is just, this white part is going to be 1,000 by 1,000, but obviously our image is not going to be. That's just going to be what the frame size of the image when we upload it to Builderall. Okay, so I'm actually, let me just put this in the center there. And if you click here on effects, you can actually remove the background. So that's definitely what I want. I do not want that white background there. So now we've removed the background. We have it the perfect size. So let's just call this lead magnet. Oops, still have my caps on. Lead magnet image. All right, and we're going to click download, and I want to have a transparent background because if I did not check this box, then it would still have that white background, and it would have more white background because it would be the 1,000 by 1,000 size. So let's go ahead and download. And as soon as it downloads, we'll go ahead and save it here to our images. Let me remember my drive, launch course images. And now let's go back to our website here. So I'm going to left click here. I'm going to go click for edit element, change image. Now we need to upload our new image. Okay, so I'm going to go to launch course images, and here we go. And now it's going to upload our image without the background, and it will also be the perfect size. So I'm going to go ahead and click save. And if you guys did not know, so here's our beautiful image with no background. And if you guys wanted to do something like really creative and, maybe have someone like holding this ebook or something like that, those are all tips that you can definitely use when creating this. So you see, it just looks definitely a lot better not having that white background. It just kind of looks like it belongs here. Okay, so I'm going to save now. And that's fine. Let me check your questions. Jason says one tool suite. I'm assuming that you're talking about the copy. Yeah, that's a good idea. Jason, you're pretty good at that. Let's see. Armando says, I always buy something and it just sits there because so many fears. I don't have a list. It's not fair. Your page is looking good. Yay, so glad. Okay. Bliss says, I see. Ray says, I misspelled course. Did I misspell course? Oh, you're so right. Let me just double click in here. Let me add an S. Now, why is it doing that? Okay, so I guess without being a explanation. Oops, and I forgot this. Techie. Oops. I'm so glad that you guys get to see that I am so imperfect. You guys, you guys flatter me so much with all of your nice compliments. Oh, you're so smart. But look, this is what I love. I just love to show you guys that I do some of the craziest things, that just like spelling things wrong and just like whatever. So definitely, just because I am considered a super user, I'm definitely not, I don't know everything. Okay, so Armando says, bravo, you're doing the work. You're awesome. I'm so happy to be here. Yay, I'm so glad that you guys find value in this because I really, really do try to keep you all in mind and what can I do to help you. So now we're going to go to the mobile view, okay? So our mobile view kind of looks a little crazy, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and first of all, what I want to do is get this ebook on this white board here, or this white box is actually what it is. And right now it's not. Okay. So I want to go back to the desktop, and I want to make sure to do that. I need for this to move when I move this. Okay. So as you can see now, it's not moving with that. That's what's going to make it stick. Okay. So you actually kind of have to move this around, place it around until it becomes one spot. And I really wish that I had a much better, like more technical way of telling you how that works. But let's see here if I can actually, it should be connected to this, but it may not, just because we need to move this stuff over. So what I'm going to do is just stretch this box out, and I'm going to align it to the center. And I'm just going to move this text over a little bit and move my arrow over. Oops. And I'm going to move my button. So we're just going to move all of this over. And we'll move this over, and this, and this. Okay. Now we have room for our image here. Okay. So now you see it moves together. Okay. So now that it moves together, we can make this a little bit bigger if you kind of want it to hang off, whatever your design idea is. But do keep that in mind, that if they try to click here, because this goes over that button, that it may be blocked. So you definitely want to make sure that you click here to move that button to the top. Okay, so you just want to make sure that that's on top. So now if we highlight over the image, that blue line that shows you the border of that image element is now underneath it. You see how you can't see it on top of the button? So that makes sure that anyone who comes to your website, if they click here right on this corner and that image was over it, they would not be able to go. And that seems like so silly. Why wouldn't they just click over here? But again, this is just all about, you want to make this as easy and professional as possible. You definitely do not want to risk losing a lead just because they clicked over here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now. Now we have this all together. Let's go ahead and save, because save is your friend. I'm going to take a drink of water now. And let's see your comments. Monda says, let's see, Jason says, that's just being human. This is real life training, real time. Absolutely. And that's why I just wanted to show you guys that you don't have to be perfect when you do this. You can do this 100 times just like I do. It's not always just you come in here and you just bang out a funnel. It takes a lot of time. And as much experience as I have, it still takes a lot of time. And I still don't do things perfectly. Okay. So now you see though, now that we're in the mobile view, our image is on top of our white box. Okay. So that's definitely what we wanted. So let's start from the top. I'm going to left click here. And first of all, I do not like, well, I actually don't like this thing here. I like to open it up here. That's just my personal preference. You guys can do it however you like. So I'm going to open this up. So now if I go to click here for edit element and go to general settings, remember I told you the difference between neutral text and global text. Okay, because I chose a neutral text, now I can adjust this text on the mobile view any way I want, and it won't affect any other text element on my whole website. Okay, if I wanted it to be the same size on my whole website, I could make it a global element or a global text. So I'm actually going to move this down a little bit. So it's on the same line there, but it's actually too small. So let's go to advanced, and we can actually change the lateral spacing to go in just a little bit. It looks okay. I'm breaking my standard rule of the 3 lines, but on mobile, sometimes it's inevitable because you definitely want it to be big enough to view. And you don't want things going over the edge on mobile. Okay, so that's just, if you notice anything that I do, or even all of the templates, you can still see the space in between the elements and the edge. And that's just because of the way it views on different devices and just the presentation of it. So let me go ahead and just make this a little bit smaller. Let's see if we can get 20. Okay, I think that's, I don't know, maybe 25. Let's move it back up to 25. I'd rather have it larger than to be smaller in 3 lines. So now I'm going to move this button down because obviously that looks crazy. And then I want to, let's see, do I want this image at the top? Let's go ahead, make this image, but obviously it needs to be larger. So I'm just going to left click and click edit element. Now I'm going to go to lateral spacing. Lateral spacing is going to be by far your best friend. I'm so sorry, you guys, if you can hear my Telegram is going insane. Okay. So now I want to make this image bigger, and I actually want it to be as big as this box here, right? So I'm just going to move the lateral spacing until the blue line is at the box, right? So now we have a bigger image, but we still have this text here we need to work with. Since it is neutral, we can just go ahead and adjust the size here. So to make it, obviously I want it to be smaller than that. So let's go ahead and move it down a little bit. So that looks pretty good. I think I'm liking that. Let's go to advanced though and move it in just a little bit. All right, so that makes sure that it stays within those lines there. So this button is really, really too big, and we definitely want it to be under the text here. So let's go ahead and click this arrow to move up. And then, so now let's work on this text because you see the text is hanging over that blue there. Let's go ahead and move it in just a little bit. And then we can go to general settings and we can change the size of the font. On mobile, I would not go any less than like maybe 14. I like to keep it around 16. We can definitely, okay, so now we have the text there. Now we need to work on this button. Okay, so let's go to advanced and lateral spacing. We need to move this button in a little bit. We can also change the font of the button. So let's go ahead and just move this up a little bit, make it about 16. That looks good. We can bring this text in here and just line it up a little better. So you can see just with a little bit of work, we've really customized this a lot and made it look a lot more professional. So let's move this down. Since this is a quote, I'm okay with it being about 14. It's not really like a big selling point that we're trying to sell. It's more really just for, design purposes and maybe a little credibility. So we can move that out a little bit. I definitely want it to be kind of in the middle there. So if I have to make the text a little smaller, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm really liking this. I may want some more space above the button though, so it's not so close to the text. So I'm just going to go back to advanced, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of space above the button and the text. Okay, so 15 looks good. All right, I think we're good to go. So now let's go back to the desktop view, and nothing really dramatic changed or anything. So let's go ahead and click save. And there's one more thing here. If you left click here, what we could do, let me move this away from that image. What we could do is, no, I was going to actually add a bullet point, but I think we'll wait and we'll think about that. So if we want it to be left or center justified. So, all right, we're just going to save. We're going to keep this as is. And then let's go ahead and look at the live view of our opt-in page. So I'm going to click close, and let's close out of this, and let's republish to update our page. Let's go ahead and go to the website page. Let me refresh. I always refresh like 2 times just to make sure it's all updated. So here is what our page is going to look like. Now keep in mind, it's a little bit short here. You see this white space. If you ever see that on your funnels, it's because this panel is not tall enough for the screen. So, but once you add a header and a footer, and we're going to create global headers and footers that we will add to all of the pages. Once you add that, there won't be that space anymore. So we're really just concerned with the middle panel and the copy and all of that stuff. So far, I'm pretty happy with this funnel. And you'll see if you click here, it connects to the registration form of our membership area. One thing I do want to do though, before we call this a day, is I definitely want to go back to this button because I really, really hate this color. Okay, so I'm going to go to general colors, and I don't want to change this color too much because it is kind of branded here, but I would like to have this blue. Let me see if I can click on the box and grab that blue color. So I'm going to go to border, radius. Oh, here we go. I got the color. So if I want to add this color to my panel for all of my websites, all I need to do is click the plus sign here. Oh, it says it's already added, which is not true. It's added to the system, but not added to my panel. So, but that's okay. I'm going to just left click here in the button now that I have the hex code of that color. And I'm going to go back to edit the button, and I'm going to go to general colors, and I'm just going to highlight here and paste. So now you see we have that same exact blue color. And I do this with all of my buttons, okay? I go to the background hover color. So what this means is when you hover over the button on a live page like this, you see how you hover and it changes? That's very important to also help people know that it is an actual button, okay? So right now, when you hover over it, it's that ugly default green color, but I just want to make it black. On all of the buttons on my websites, I like to make them, when you hover over it, it's black background with white text. So that's what I'm going to do here. We have the button as the blue color there. Now I'm going to change the background color to black, and then I'm going to change the text to white. Okay, so now I'm going to save, and that's fine. And close. Now let's go back here and let's refresh. So now you see my button changed, and if you hover over it, now it's black with white text. Okay, so that, again, that's just another added step to just make it look more professional. You can see that goes with this brand a lot better. It just looks so much. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe you guys can let me know. Do you like it? Cosmos says much better. Totally agree. It just looks professional, and I really just hate that green color. Okay, so let me stop sharing here. So that is what we did today, you guys. I hope you got some value from this. Again, once all of this is done, I'm going to walk you through every single step till the very end. I'm even going to show you how to create some social media graphics and content to help you promote this funnel. Okay, so I'm super excited to help you walk through the steps. And don't forget, again, to make sure to join me in the group on Monday through Friday of next week is when we're doing the coaching challenge. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the link when it's time for me to go live. I'm going to share the link, and then you guys can just click the link. You don't have to register or anything. You don't even have to be a Builderall member. You could just click the link and then watch the live training. It's going to be the Mag 5, where all of us are going to we're going to pick a day to do a different training so that by the end of the week, you have a full view of how you can start your coaching business. And then we're going to give an additional 10 days of training. So you're going to be getting a workbook. You're going to be getting an affiliate funnel to promote the course. So if you're an affiliate, that's awesome. You're also going to be getting forms to help you onboard your coaching clients. That I can't tell you, that is so much value. And I get that question all the time. Bridget, do you have some kind of sample form that you use for your clients and all that? And that takes a lot of time to know, like, what do you put on the form? What are the steps that you take? How do you know what to require of them? So there's so many things, and so we're going to give you all of the onboarding forms and like I said, the funnel and a workbook, and then the 15 days of training, and it'll all be in an e-learning. So it's really easy to follow, and that is what you guys were creating a funnel for you guys to promote. So if you do want to, maybe you have no interest in being a coach or whatever, but I guarantee you know people who would be interested. So that's why it's so beautiful. It's just we're giving you all of these things, and then you just get to give, something that could be $1,000 course. You're just giving to people, and if they sign up for Builderall in the midst of taking the course, then you get credit. So it's just a beautiful situation all the way around. So let's say Jim says, as always, excellent. Yay. Cosmo says, thank you, Bridget. You're so, so welcome. Armando says, thank you, thank you. Someone on Facebook says, can't wait. Great. Yay. Awesome, guys. So that's all I have for you today. So I will see you here again, same time, same place. Let's see. Jason says, actually, let me just add your comments here on the screen. Let me go back here. Okay, so Jason says, for me, this type of training is even better than college courses. Real online business owners teaching needed skills and easy to follow tutorials. Yeah, I'm so glad. I am a business owner, and that's kind of how I found Builderall and all of that stuff. And so I had no interest in doing any of this stuff, but as a business owner, I just knew we needed a website, and that's how I got here. Just being a business owner, needing a website. And I know I did a survey in the group, and I'm really so shocked at how many of you are in the same position where you have a business, and you want to learn to promote your own business, but you also want to learn to promote other businesses. And it's so great. It's so great because you're learning the skills anyway. Why not help other people do the same thing? So Cosmos says, that is true, Jason. So true. Someone on Facebook says, great to be here again. Yay. Okay, guys. So that's all I have for you today. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I love hearing that you guys are getting value from the training. I love seeing you show up every day, consumed with the content and everything. I just really, really love that. And I hope to see your funnels at the end of this challenge. I hope to see this really helping you to be successful. And please follow along and build along with me. Even if you're brand new, I'm walking you through all of the steps and doing this in real time because I really don't want you to be overwhelmed. You can really, really create an amazing business for yourself just by knowing these skills. So, and there's an unlimited use for the skills in addition to just knowing them and promoting your own business. So again, thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. And what do I always say? Don't forget to go build it with Builderall. Have a good one. Bye.